Hi everyone, it's Sarah coming to you from birdsofafeather.ca. Here we've got one skein of this beautiful Burnette baby blanket yarn. It's a chenille. And we're going to take this yarn and we're going to turn it into this. Let's get crocheting. We're going to start with an I-cord. And what we're going to do is crochet it. Just untangle the end here. Just going to make a slip stitch. And I'm using a number 7 crochet hook. Just going to tighten this around. We're going to chain 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So we've got our 3 chains, and we're just going to insert our hook and slip stitch. Insert again, yarn over, and just slip it through. So we've got 3 stitches on our hook. We're going to drop off 2 of the stitches. We're going to hold them. Then we're going to go yarn over through the stitch that's on our hook. We're going to put one of those stitches back on the hook, yarn over, come through, that's a single crochet. Again, we're going to put the last stitch on the hook, yarn over, and come through. We're always going to have 3 stitches on our hook, so I'm going to show you that again. We're going to slip 2 of the stitches off the hook and hold them between our thumb and forefinger, yarn over and through, put the next stitch back on the hook and still hold that other one, yarn over and through, then the last stitch goes back on the hook, yarn over and through. And what we're going to do is insert wire into this tube once we have adequate length, and we're going to form our bunny. So I'm just going to show you that again. Just before we move on to the next step, we're taking 2 of the stitches off the hook and we're holding them tight. Yarn over, pull through, add the second stitch back onto the hook, yarn over, pull through, add the last stitch back onto the hook, yarn over, and pull through, and give it a tug. Okay, I'm just going to continue on until I've got the length that I need, and we'll be right back with the next step. I drew up this bunny template, and so I'm just going to tape it together. It's printed to scale. I've taken the I-cord and I've actually arranged it around the outline of the bunny just to ensure that I have enough. This is the end. I do have a little bit of extra, but I'm going to leave that just in case. And then I can always, I'll leave the stitches on the hook. I can always take away, or for that matter, you can always add if you have to. But so I'm just going to leave it for now, just as an insurance policy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tape measure. I'm just going to measure my length, and this is so that I can cut the wire that's going to be fed inside. Okay, so we've got 120, so that'll just give me a guideline to cut the wire. So I'm going to do that now off camera. I'm going to take this away, clear the area. And then when we come back, I'm going to fit my wire around the outline of the bunny so that I've got my shape. If you saw my previous Easter bunny project, you'll know that I ended up putting a frame around it. This time, I think I'm going to try something different, and I fashioned a stand. What I did was, I've got this circular cutout, and I've just wrapped the wire around the perimeter. And so I've placed it on here and I've weighed it down with this can. So I'm going to come along and bend the wire to the shape of the bunny. Okay, once you have your wire form done, you're just going to check to make sure that it conforms to the lines the way you want. And this is where you can start to finesse it. So I'm just going to take some time to finish that off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut the excess, find our end, and then we'll be feeding the cord on and wrapping it all the way around our wire form. Here's the finished wire form. Now you don't have to be so precise. And you can use any wire that you happen to have on hand. I just happen to have found this scrap piece of electrical wire. So I found this little cap and I just popped it over the end, and we'll see if that helps. So I'm going to just feed this on. It's still going to poke through because the stitches are pretty wide. So I think the best thing to do is maybe just ease it on with a twisting action. Here's project number 1, the bunny photo and card display. Project number 2 is this adorable Easter bunny wreath. You'll find a link to all the materials I used in the description below. Happy Easter!